I would now like to request an individual who has had a long association with Mr. Gavaskar and continues to have it to say a few words. He knows a side to Mr. Gavaskar that not many would know. And coincidentally, he has also had a long association with the other little master of Indian cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. I would like to request someone who at 360 degrees of Mumbai cricket, and someone with whom I have also had a personal association because we were both colleagues in the BCCI at one point of time, Mr. Anil Joshi.
So it's a patient hearing from you all, and I hope you will continue listening to me as well with the same patience. Firstly, let me thank organizer for giving me this opportunity and welcoming the special dignitaries of both the side of the dais. Wishing Sunil a very, very happy birthday, many happy returns of the day, and I'm sure he will complete century of his lifespan as well. Now, actually, I will divide my speech in two parts. Firstly, whatever I have gathered with all those great speakers, what they have said, but little bit I'll go into finer points of their statements. So firstly, firstly, it's Sarfraz Nawaz, and as Bharat Nadkarni said, and Fredun sir said about the West Indies incident conversation between Dilip Sardesai and Sunil Gavaskar. So I heard this story from Sunil is that first test match Sunil was not fit, right? And Dilip Sardesai was padded up, standing next to him, and the dressing room was like old PJ or CCI dressing room, many of you must have visited, where there is a sort of a gap or a window from where you can watch the match. So both of them were standing by the side, and this was pre-Andy Roberts era, right? So the bowlers were not that great as previous era of Wesley Hall, Charlie Griffith and Gilchrist, and next era Andy Roberts, and then 8, 9, 10 of them. So when first delivery was bowled, right, Sunil was like completely about to get fainted because he could not see the ball delivered by probably Van Holder, Kid Boys or Solomon kind of attack. Now we are all cricketing geeks, so we know the difference between Charlie Griffith, Wesley Hall and Andy Roberts attack and a mediocre attack, I could say, of Van Holder, Boys and Solomon. So Sunil just acted like this. He said, when I saw the first delivery, right, I could only hear the sound, and it was like, that's the only thing he could feel. There wasn't sighting of ball at all for him. So he just looked at Dilip. I'm going to use actual words, what Sunil, pardon me, ladies section basically. And those who know Dilip Sardesai would relate this very much. So after this third or fourth delivery, when Sunil was about to, get fainted, Dilip Sardesai looked at him. He could imagine Sunil's state of mind and said, "Kya hala re?" So he said, "Na sir, mala ballot nahi disla." This was before Sunil Gavaskar made his debut, by the way. "Mala ballot nahi disla." "Arey काय करतो सुनील? वेडा वेडा आहेस की काय? हा बॉल दिसत नाही तुला? मग तू काय वेस आणि चार्लीला काय झाटा खेळला असतास?" Typical Dilip, sorry about the language, typical Dilip Sardesai So Sunil said, I mean, if this is the case, and Sardesai has played Gilchrist Hall and Griffith, then where do I stand? He said, I was completely down and out. But then, in due course of time, he got together in his defense or whatever way, and scored highest run in a series till today by a batsman in that West Indies series. So that was a final point of your story. It was not Popadwadi, but it was some different words he used actually. Okay, so about the chiclet ad, which Bharat mentioned. So I also had the privilege of appearing in one of the ads with Sunil Gavaskar, which made waves that point in time. That was a flicker. So if you flick it this way, it was Sunil who is sipping thumbs up and then doing this. And if other way if you go, it was a hook shot played by Gavaskar. So we all Nirlon cricketers were there. I was keeping. Vijay Mohanraj, Hemant Kenkre and Suru Nayak was bowling in that particular section of ad. It so happened, so sometimes too correctness is also a hindrance sometimes. So it so happened that Suru Nayak bowled, believe me, for about 30 to 45 minutes. He was told to bowl a bouncer at a particular spot, and Sunil was supposed to be hooking it, and that projectile they wanted to catch. Again, Ogilvy and Mather and all those guys, they wanted to catch that projectile in that flicker. Sunil being so correct, when he used to take a stance and about to hook, he used to put it down right there. Okay, so there was the theme of the advertisement was going absolutely haywire because they wanted ball to travel like this, but because of his technically correct habits, Sunil used to put it down right there. So ultimately, the solution was the Ogilvy people. They came and they requested Suru to just lob the ball like this at Sunil. So it was lobbed, and then Sunil went down on his knees or something like that, or maybe a little bit bending, and then they could get the projectile. So that was one more story about that chiclet one. About helmet, sir has mentioned, right? So actually why, I'm sure many of you know this story, but why Sunil didn't wear helmet? Okay, and how he turned this weak point of his into bravery is, he had the habit of sleeping while reading. So on his pillow he used to read, and then suddenly he used to go to sleep for number of years. Number of years. So his neck muscle got weakened completely, and he tried helmet in nets or maybe in some friendly matches, I don't know. But the real thing is, he could not bear the weight of the helmet. That's why he never used helmet, right? But first half of his career, he just, started batting fearsome attack, I think the best attack in the century, without helmet, showing bravery, turning his weakness into a bravery. But later on, then on a request of Michael Brearley, he started using that skull. He said, you have to use, because the bowling is getting faster and faster. As I said, best attack of the century, 80s, 70s to 80s. And then he started, he invented this skull cap, but ultimately, as our speaker mentioned, it was a dangerous move, because if it would have got hurt, he would have dead on the spot. So that's the story about the helmet. Then we all know Sunil as a brave batsman and, like facing world-class attack years after years after years. But sometimes, after all, he's a human being. So sometimes emotion used to take over his bravery. So when he came back in 1982 from West Indies tour, I met him. We were still very much in Nilon. I met him. So, sir, how was the tour and all that? So he said, let me tell you the real story. When we went there, before the first ball was bowled of the series, before the first ball, India were batting, elected to bat. And before he said, I took a guard, a leg stump guard. And I just asked for the guard and look at the umpire. I could see Malcolm Marshall, he's spotting his run-up. And as soon as I did this, I could hear Jeffrey Dujon, wicketkeeper, Vivian Richards, Clive Lloyd, Gordon Greenwich, Desmond Haynes, Larry Gomes shouting, Malcolm, pass the nose, man, pass the nose. Don't leave him. Give him a perfume ball. Perfume ball as in, he has to smell the delivery. They used to call it as a perfume ball. Give him a perfume ball, man. So Sunil said, it is like 2.5 months tour. Not even first ball is bowled. And I'm just facing all this off the field comments. How am I going to go with this series? That was the best. 82 was probably the best attack West Indies had actually. How I'm going to face all this throughout 2.5 months. But then it was like 6 test match, 6 one day, but he scored 100, 190 in one day, and it was quite a successful group. But that was his emotion, which very few of us can imagine, that a person like Sunil Gavaskar sometimes emotionally, get afraid of facing the West Indian battery, the best of those particular. Then about that 3, 4, 5, 6 Fiat, what Bharat, So actually the first car, Premier President was allotted to Ajit Wadekar. Allotted, why I'm using this word, I'll tell you later on. And the next model was, the first was Premier Padmini and the next was Premier President. So Padmini was awarded to Ajit Wadekar and Premier President was allotted to Sunil Gavaskar. So when I discussed this lately with him, so he said, Anya, allotted म्हणजे काय? फुकट बिकट दिली नाही, पैसे भरले हा सगळे आम्ही. So he was like as forthright, blunt, and त्याला फुकट म्हणजे काय दिली म्हणजे काय फुकट नाही मिळाली, बक्षीस नाही, पैसे घेतले आमच्याकडे. So that was typical Gavaskar. Okay, so last but very important, then I go to, you have to stop me in between wherever you feel, because little bit I will extend. Lastly, the most important part Sunil played actually, I am the witness. Sachin Tendulkar not getting Best Junior Cricketer of the Year award. It has been awarded to someone else. He stopped playing cricket. Sachin Tendulkar in his lifetime has not touched a bat for 1 month during that particular period because he was upset, absolutely frustrated, this, that. That time I was with Sangesh Mapatlal and we adopted Sachin already. So Ajit came to us, me and Heman Vaingadkar, my mentor, friend, philosopher. We three were sitting. So after a lot of options were explored, but the best option we could find out that if Mr. Gavaskar writes encouraging letter to Sachin, that's the last remedy. Let's try that. Otherwise, because now it's 1 month, I'm telling you 1 month, but that time we thought Sachin Tendulkar will not play cricket again. It was a panic situation. So we three, Ajit, me and Heman decided to, have a letter from Sunil. On the way to airport, our practice was we used to drop Sunil to the airport many times. So out of that, one time we were together and Hemant and me explained Sunil about all these things. So he said, "Vatta tula? Vatta?" He told Hemant, "Vatta मी लिहिलं letter तर होईल पण तो बोलला की तो एकच chance आहे." Hemant said that's the only chance, otherwise. And already Sachin started making waves. He used to score 1,000 runs in friendly matches, school matches in a month or one and a half, sort of. So Sunil Gavaskar being Sunil, very rare, I mean very few cricketers could have done this. Even today, I'm telling you, he used to carry his letterhead in his bag, okay, not check-in, the handbag, and a pen. And he had that, maybe Bharat must have observed, he had a peculiar way of holding a pen, like here, like very peculiar way. He took out the letterhead and Hemant Wankhed's bonnet, he wrote a letter, which Ajit has reprinted in his book, saying that you have done so well. So, I mean, you have to accept sometimes that you are not getting recognition, but you have a lot of talent, blah, blah, whatever it is there. And he said, don't worry about getting Junior Cricketer of the Year award, because there is another cricketer who has never received this award in his playing days, all right, and he has not done badly in Indian cricket, and that is Sunil Gavaskar himself. I mean, he never got it. So he has not done so bad in Indian cricket, so don't worry about not getting this award. Continue and you will do well. So that letter has literally turned Sachin's career. Believe me, it's not an overstatement. It's a fact. So this is of the extracts and the finer points of what the eminent speaker said. Now coming to the real prepared this thing of mine. See, we all, I will make one statement here, that Sunil Gavaskar is equal to Indian cricket. Sunil Gavaskar is equal to Indian cricket, and I have discussed this, as Deven said, that another legend I'm privileged to be associated with Sachin also, and he also wholeheartedly agreed for this statement. Why I'm saying, let me explain in next 5 minutes probably. Marcus, give me 5 more minutes, right? So, why I'm saying this, that we all speak, all of us, we spoke about Sunil Gavaskar and his performances and how he counter international best attack of the century and all that. So it's a fact. I mean, Bharat and Jayanti Bhai would say that alignment of his forward defense or drive was so much, I mean, in line and correct, like MCC coaching manual. That's how he could score this much. Because if you take cricketers before Sunil Gavaskar era, including all greats, Hanuman Singh, Jai Singh, Abbas Ali Beg, Chandu Borde, Farooq India, nobody has scored more than 500 in their career. 5 is the topmost by Chandu Borde, otherwise 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, including Ajit Wadekar. But Sunil's era, when he scored 34, after that now you can see, players getting lot of centuries in international cricket because the path shown by Mr. Gavaskar, right? Okay, to all the youngsters, how to counter international attack. So that's hats off to Sunil for all this. Yes, absolutely. So this is on the field. But what is most underrated and everyone forgets is his off-the-field achievement, guidance, and leading path in Indian cricket. Now let me just summarize this in short. Sunil Gavaskar is the first Indian cricketer who has taken up the commentary. When I say commentary, on a professional basis. Before that, maybe Lala Amarnath or maybe, I don't know, Salim Durrani, they used to do it, radio commentary for a match or two. But actually, commercial commentary, contracting with a TV channel, Neo Sports to Star Sports today, okay, on a payment basis is Sunil Gavaskar's gift to Indian cricket. And now, after that, Ravi Shastri, in fact, Ravi, if I can, I'm also close to Ravi. He retired because he got a fantastic offer from Worldtel that point in time of a commentary. So he just retired a bit early than what he planned. So commentary, first by Sunil Gavaskar, so many cricketers now getting benefited, like Shastri, Manjrekar, and so on and so forth. Now there is a big list of that. So we have to thank Sunil for that. Secondly, commercial advertisements. Now I have just spoken to Dharmesh Nadkarni yesterday, just to confirm this particular story. Babu Nadkarni Sports, that point in time, used to flash one ad with Bapu Nadkarni, and Dilip Sardesai driving with Vijay Special Bat, which was of Nadkarni Sports brand. And Ramakant Desai ball. Those who have really played cricket at a root level, they would understand what I'm saying. RB Desai ball, very famous brand of leather ball, cricket ball. So I asked Dharmesh, what was the terms and conditions for all? He said, not a single rupee were offered to them, nor they have demanded anything. Sometimes Rajdeep used to come and borrow one bat or so, or a pair of gloves. That was the only reward cricketers got after modeling for a sports shop. Now for sports shop, and you can say it's a great gesture but then money matters, right? So ultimately, if the companies or corporate using cricketers, then cricketers should be rewarded. And that particular sense was inculcated in Indian cricket by Sunil Gavaskar. So firstly, he signed a commercial contract with Thumbs Up, Vimal, Digjam Shooting, so on and so forth. And then now, if he has earned it in 1,000, now the fellow cricketers are earning in crores, I'm sure. So again, thanks to Sunil for the benefit of cricketers, what they are getting today out of commercial advertisement. So another thing, I met Farooq Engineer 3 to 4 years back and asked, because he was modeling Bill Krim ad actually and Salim Durrani. So he said in his particular Parsi tone, dash, 12 Bill Crim's bottle used to be sent to his house to use it around the year till next modeling tenure starts. So that kind of award they used to get, but then commercial benefit is thanks to Sunil, right? Yeah, whatever. So it was not a year on year. So now it's 3 years contract with a corporate MRF or whatever, and we are cricketers getting benefited. So this particular system is laid down by Sunil Gavaskar. 2. Third one, I would say writing columns on their own. Before that, newspaper editors, sports editors used to write using cricketer's name. Believe me, nobody was in a position to write down match review or his thoughts or whatever. So editor used to write for cricketers, renowned cricketers, and it used to get published, right? So Sunil Gavaskar is the first one who started writing, putting his point on a paper and publishing it, because he had that acumen of, maybe whatever you say, language or vision or whatever. So that's what, again, he has started first in Indian cricket, right? So that is another great achievement of Mr. Gavaskar. 2, 3 more. Last 2 most important benefit matches. I was closely associated with Sunil and Hemant, because Hemant was representing India at that point in time, for Sharjah cricket. Actual structured benefit match tournaments which again benefited so many cricketers, so many cricketers. It went on and on till board stops it now because they have the contract system and pension system in place. So that's how they have stopped, permitting benefit matches now, because it used to hamper actually schedule in between two series or matches. We used to play benefit match. So they stopped it, but as against that, they started pension scheme, medical scheme, okay, and the contract system they bought. So that's one thing. Last but very important, if you ask me, is writing their own books actually. Sunil again is the first person in Indian cricket who wrote his book on his own, Sunny Days. Before that, I still remember Mr. Wadekar has written his book, but the title was My Cricketing Year, as told to Mr. K.N. Prabhu, was the title of the book. So it was clearly, till today, Sachin's book, I was part of the release function of the book, launch function. That is also as told to Don Moraes, if I'm wrong. Boria Muzumdar. So till today. So he is the only one, and then all this book mentioned by my previous speakers, over here is. So this is Sunil Gavaskar. So not only on the field, but off the field, what we are enjoying today, Indian cricket, that includes everything. Even IPL, he was a governing council member for first 4 to 5 years, advising BCCI on the system, on the format. So we have to appreciate all this, which is not highlighted so much. Only his on the field heroics we discussed, but off the field he did more. And just to finish, for the champ, which is been again, somebody mentioned. So champ is actually the greatness of Sunil in Champ Foundation, 25 years. I was present for the function. Many of the press friends were there. So champs in 25 years are, the salary-like payment being done to all the other sportsmen than a cricketer. So only cricketer who is benefited by Champ Foundation is Mr. Salim Durrani so far. None other beneficiary is from cricketing world. So that is also one greatness of Mr. Gavaskar, being cricketer, but he is taking care of other sportsmen who is struggling maybe for some reason or the other and helping them. So that's one thing. And Heart to Heart Foundation is, just to finish it off, is he is doing it under a banner of Sri Satya Sai Baba Foundation, basically. All right. And let me tell you that there are 4 to 5 hospitals now operational. One is at Kharghar. Anyone can go, and even the wallet is not, they are not allowing wallet to take it inside because it's totally free for the patients and the parents, all right? And it's going on now years after years. And out of 4 to 5 hospitals, at least 2 to 3 hospitals being inaugurated by none other than our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So he is also associated with the activity very closely, and that is how Sunil Gavaskar has taken even all these activities to a different level, national level and international level. So that's it from my side regarding Sunil. I hope it was interesting. And again, wishing Sunil very, very happy birthday, many happy returns of the day. And thank you very much for hearing me out patiently. Thank you very much.